Everybody wants to get better. I don't care where you think you are in your life. You look deep down in, you'd like to get better or to do better, whatever it is you're doing. And the best example of that is a guy named Tiger Woods. Tiger Woods is the best at what he does, period. Nobody can touch him. He is the best and has been for many years, and probably is the best ever who did what he does. But Tiger has a coach. He's better than the coach. He could beat the coach, but he knows the coach can help him get better. And when that coach ceases to keep him or get him better, he gets a new one. And Tiger's on his third or fourth coach. That's how important it is for a guy like that to want to get better. And that's what Coach Pete did. And finally, the fourth step is to develop an aura of encouragement in your life team. Because encouragement is what ultimately leads to trust. Because as someone is supporting you and encouraging you over a period of time, doing this consistently, you can trust this person. He obviously cares enough to encourage. And then when trust is developed, then it becomes loyalty. That's trust with emotion. And loyalty becomes affection or love. Love provides unity, and where there's unity, you have relationships. Two become one. A group becomes a team. And this is the miracle that happened with the 62-63 Spuds. It's a shame we don't have small town basketball and even small town Sunday baseball anymore. Thanks be to God for the legacy of the 62-63 Spuds. You were a major part of a magical moment in time that will not be duplicated now, but should be forever remembered by the generations that follow you. I'm proud of my Southern Indiana heritage. My great-great-great-grandparents who moved here almost 200 years ago up from Kentucky. My great-great-great-grandfather Hezekiah Harris and his four brothers who helped start that little white church up on the hill on the west side between Santa Claus and Lamar, just before you get to the golf course, Mount Zion Christian Church. I spoke there at the 175th anniversary 3 years ago. I'm proud of all the family names that came over those 200 years: Harris, Whitten, Butler, Masterson, Winkler, Miller, Cravens, Metcalf. And by the way, there's a Winkler. Where's Joyce? Where's Joyce Winkler Brandt? Where's Joyce Brandt sitting? Holy cow, where? Oh, you all the way back there. I told you, get a better seat, girl. This is Jack Brandt's wife, the late Jack Brandt, and Jack is mentioned various times. All of you know that he was the sports voice of WITZ for so many years, and a wonderful man. And I interviewed with Jack different times, and he did a few of the Dale games for us. But Joyce, we're glad you're here. And Joyce is also, as is Roger, is Southern Indiana. They're both distant cousins, by the way, so of mine. So anyway, God willing, 200 years from now, there will be great, great, great grandchildren of yours that are here and scattered about, who will celebrate the great gifts of dedication, sacrifice, belief, and love that you men and Coach Gill and all of Ireland will have left them. God bless you all, and I want to thank you for allowing me to share this day with you.
Thank you, Del, and boy, what a wonderful message. We want someone of whom you spoke, Joe Dean, right? We actually have an audio, don't we? We're not going to turn the lights out. We're going to keep the lights up. Set it up for us, Dave, if you will.
Joe Dean and Pete Gill went to school together since about 7th grade at New Albany. Pete kind of adopted, or I should say Joe Dean kind of adopted Pete into the family, because he told me that Pete ate over there more than he did at his own house. But anyway, he wanted to make a comment, and we tried to, matter of fact, Dale tried to get him to go to LSU and do it in a studio of a video, and Joe said, no, just have Dave call me and we'll interview on the phone. So this is an interview. I cut it down. I have the original. It's about 15 minutes, but this is about 4 minutes. But this is the best I could get condensed. And Joe was, we all remember you in the Southeast. I've been in Florida for 45 years, and on Saturdays, the SEC, the Southeastern Conference, was on TV all the time, and Joe would come on as an announcer. Of course, he coined the phrase spring music. And then Joe became the athletic director at LSU from 1989 to 2001, and then he retired in Baton Rouge. But he totally just admired Pete Gill. And he says, you don't have to tell me why you guys did what you did. I know why you did. So, Fred, if you want to put that on,
But anyway, what I wanted to ask you is, what would you have to say to the people of Indiana, southern Indiana, DuBois County, and the surrounding areas about the book that Mike Roos has put out?
Well, I think it's a beauty, and it's so accurate. It tells a great story. And you guys, you went further than any style of school there in the history of the school. And it's still, you still carry it with you guys. And Pete did the same thing on the place, but he just didn't have the people to talk to. It's like my high school. We had a coach named Carl Randy. We were successful because we took to his system where he wanted to go. And prior to that, we just struggled. We were just average. But we were good once we made up our minds. I think you see that today, whether it be football, baseball, basketball. If you take to the coach, you got a chance to do something. You guys took the big deal. You still talk about it. That's what I think is great.
Well, he was one special individual, but he was one of a kind. And I've been in athletics, around athletics all my life, and I have yet to ever run into a coach anything like Pete Gill. I think they broke the mold.
Well, they did, no question. When he came along, he didn't care anything about academics. He was a basketball player, baseball. That's what he wanted to do. They had the rest of it. And he said to me one time, he said, I had a great group of kids at Ireland. And I said, what? I was quizzing him about Ireland and how well he had done. It was a proof that I happened to be in Evansville for the Sweet 16, and we were able to turn the NCAA tournament to 4-year thing. And I stayed over a couple of days to be with him. And there was a sporting store downtown Evansville. I can't think of the name of the guy that owned it.
That's Stern, wasn't it?
Yeah, it was. And he let me and need to go upstairs and on the second floor. He wanted me to look at some film. And it was kind of obvious to me that they had one player on the Boston team that was outstanding. And if you shut him down, you had a chance to maybe upset. And that's where the Boston one came from, where you had man on the Boston Star and zone the other foot. And we spent a lot of time talking about it. I think he jumped it at halftime, although I think halftime was about even, wasn't it?
It was 1 point difference at halftime now.
Yeah.
But, Joe, do you remember him asking you to come to one of the practices at Ireland prior to that?
Yeah, but I went to the practice with Edwardsville. I didn't go to the one up at Ireland.
Okay, I was thinking it was in the Ireland gym that you came. You were approximately 32, 33 years old at that time, correct?
That's about right, yeah.
Well, we saw you walk on the court, we were like 17 and 18, and we thought, what the heck is this old man doing here running?
Well, sure you would. I understand it. That makes sense. I would have done the same thing.
Well,
You guys that did something nobody in the school ever did, had done before. And you were proud of it.
yeah, well, he always thought the world of you, and he wanted your input, and he would listen to you. He would listen to you long before he listened to a lot of other people.
Even after, when I quit playing at 28, and I was in Converse all those years, he called me all the
I
time.
think that's pretty correct. But anyway, what I wanted to ask you is, what would you have to say to the people of Indiana, southern Indiana, DuBois County, and the surrounding areas about the book that Mike Roos has put out?
Oh, I think it's a beauty, and it's so accurate. It tells a great story. And you guys, you went further than any Iowa school ever in the history of the school. And you still carry it with you guys. And Pete did the same thing with the place, but he just didn't have the people to fit to it. It's like my high school. We had a coach named Gordon Randy. We were successful because we took to his system the way he wanted to go. And prior to that, we didn't struggle. We were just average. But we were good once we made up our minds. I think you see that today, whether it be football, baseball, basketball. If you take it to the coach, you got a chance to do something. You guys took